Yes, good evening. We're back again, Ryan. How are we, mate?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? You good?
Unrestricted View Goal Rush. I'm JP, hostess for the Monsters tonight. Nice to see your smiling face, Ryan. How have you been, mate?
Aye, all right, mate. Plodding away nearly Christmas, mate. Santa's coming, so bit excited about the big man coming, mate. But aye, all good. Looking forward to the game tomorrow.
Aye, definitely. I think we all are. It's got to be a bit mental, I think, seeing them in the away strip tomorrow. Or the third strip or whatever strip they're going to wear. It's going to be a bit of a hallucinogenic experience, I think, for us at Celtic Park, mate. Aye, mental. So, obviously, I've not had a chance to chat to you. So, the Livy game the other night, mate. What do you think?
On my view, mate, I thought it was first half was very, very good. A lot of fast-paced movement up to the goal. Good few chances created. A few chances missed. Kyogo's goal was really a carbon copy. What a lot of his goals are like. Good movement into the box and then good ball in for Abada, and the ball for Alton was superb. So that's really the way we want our football played, and that's the way we've seen for a long, long time under Ange. But I thought the second half, mate, was very mediocre. It's hard to judge against these teams because you know they're going to park the bus, and when they get a wee sniff like they did with a goal, which I thought was scandalous to lose, it was a shocking goal to lose. I don't know how a lot of people haven't really spoken about it since after the game. I've not really seen many people talk about it. That's another game without a clean sheet. We've had one clean sheet in about how many games. I don't know the actual. I should probably know the stats, but I don't know the actual stats. It might be fucking 7 or 8 games or something. I might be talking about Mars, but I know we've not had a lot of clean sheets in the league recently. I think the weekend there was the first in a while. Again, I know we won the game, but I'm big on keeping clean sheets. If you keep a clean sheet, then let's be fair, you've got a massive chance of winning a game of football. But if you can see goals, considering where we conceded it, the rest of the half's a bit right. When they get this for goal just to kind of cushion it. I know Livingstone didn't really cause any issues. That's not the point. It was just a silly goal to lose. And you don't want that treatment to the team considering where we are at the new time. Obviously, I know it's one of the Rangers as it stands now as well alive, but you've got to keep that momentum going with clean sheets. But overall, I think the first half I thought was very good. Obviously, I don't know what I chat about, mate, but I do obviously feel that the striking situation, I know we'll get a bit of debate about. But second half, mate, I thought was very mediocre, but I don't really want to get into too much because there's a lot more to talk about, i.e. the referees, and they know what they're doing. I'm just going to put it there. They know what they're doing. It's a shambles. It's getting beyond a joke now. People need to call it out. That's what I'll call it, mate. I don't care if people want to say I'm talking up my arse. It's a fucking joke. It is. I'm sorry for my language here, but it's getting beyond a joke, mate. It's people are just sitting back letting it happen. It's not just happened to Celtic. I've watched a few instances in the Rangers game, even Rangers. John Lundstrom got a yellow card tonight when it was never a yellow card. Just things like that. It's stupid wee things that they're getting wrong, and it's right in front of their eyes. And I don't know how they're going to get it better, mate. If it's better referees, better training, I don't know what it is, mate. But I just feel that it needs to be ironed out and it needs to be called out because it's ridiculous now. But mate, on the game, first half very good, second half mediocre. What about yourself, mate?
Well, first of all, that was absolutely fantastic, mate, again for you. I'm trying to dissect Toffee just to what you just said there. Let's get back to you like keeping clean sheets. Is that how you don't sleep in your bed very often?
Mate, I'm once a year, mate, so that's why I'd like to look a bit, but I mean, I'm not like you, mate. I don't moisturise like you, mate.
No, that's it, mate. It's tough at the top, as you say, right? But no, to be fair, you did say before that wee polygon one next to your bed's quite more comfy, and you just prefer to couch it and that. So all good there. But in terms of the other night, mate, I think we were all really happy. We were back at Celtic Park and we were getting into the game with a bit of optimism. And then we start the game, and again, you're starting the game pretty well. Football's flowing, and all of a sudden you get the goal, albeit a deflection. You think to yourself, right, Livingstone can't continue sitting in like this. They're going to have to open up a wee bit now if they want to but it didn't change. They never changed at all. And then obviously you get the second goal, and then right away you gift back a goal out of nothing. With a more or less a comedy of errors for 3 or 4 different people. The ball travels a long way. Greg Taylor's unlucky. I mean, he's really unlucky with the sliding challenge. I think he get his big toenail on it. And as I say, he's really unlucky. So, but in terms of the second half performance, I agree with you, mate. I think we showed a wee bit of lacklusterness in our game. I thought we were kind of going through the motions for spells of the second half. The game actually became a wee bit broken. In the second half as well. So there was a lot of disrupting play and I don't know what was in Ewan Anderson's teacup before the game, mate, because
I think it was some of that, mate. Mild salsa.
I think maybe he still had something up his arse, I think, no on his tea. In all honesty, I think personally, I think I've seen better amateur refs than that, mate, and I don't want to diss referees or anything like that, you know what I mean, because they've got a hard enough job with one of the best technologies in the world, you know what I mean, but I said to you before it was coming in here, Brian, I says, these guys are making decisions moronically. I says, and all you're doing there is giving them technology to become a better moron. I said it at the beginning, mate. I told you at the beginning, I told you what was going to, I tell you what was going to happen. And realistically, mate, that's what's happened. And it started in Scottish Premiership. It shafted us at every turn. I think we've had one positive out it, which was a penalty against Livingstone out there. And then, obviously, Big Jackie Marcus misses it. So we never really gained anything for it. But in terms of the whole game itself, mate, I thought, to be honest, Ryan, I had a wee bit of in the second half, it had a wee bit of a feel to me. I don't know how you feel yourself, mate. You can tell me that in a wee minute. A kind of pre-season mode. As if we just couldn't get started properly with a bit of tempo and a bit of injection there. But I do think, obviously, you listen to the manager's comments and that after the game, I don't think he was chuffed. And obviously, I think he mentions that there could be changes for tomorrow. But in terms of tomorrow, mate, that's a different game, a different team again as well. Callum Davidson sets up differently for we has Buller, so I think, as I say, I think I don't know what we has Buller was smoking at half time in the tunnel either, because he's claiming that wasn't Abada was offside. Mate, Stevie Wonder put on social media he wasn't offside. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know how all that can. And then the offside itself, the ref goes to the monitor. What are you doing? No, seriously, no, what are no one of you laughing? Like, what are you doing? You don't go to the monitor to check for an offside. Is that not what VAR's for? It's absolute Looney Tunes, mate. I don't know how you feel about that yourself, but in my opinion, mate, it's absolutely Looney Tunes.
No, at the game, mate, I couldn't believe it. The guys next to us are all well, what are you doing? Like, that's the lines and the technology is you get told if it's offside or no. Again, see if we've got the conception of all this wrong. I'd like somebody to come out on social media, on this or anywhere, and tell us exactly what VAR need to do, because from my understanding it is the referee goes to the monitor to look at either home balls or whatever, stuff like that. Not to do with offside. I've never seen it in my life. Any referee down south, abroad, to go and look at a monitor for offside. They've got 3 or 4 guys, whatever it is, and somewhere looking at all this, and they can't decide like an offside. They've got all the monitors to decide, and by the unit go and check that offside. What? So the 3 or 4 of you can't decide that a qualified referee, but you need to send the guy in the park to look at an offside. And I totally get if it's a difficult home ball that they maybe 2 or 3 of them, because obviously the referees, JP, they've all got different opinions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But surely you can have a different opinion on an offside. An offside's offside, or an onside. It's fucking blatantly obvious. If see my opinion, right? I know I'm probably going to be striker biased here, right? But see, if you're playing up front, right? See if you're like your knees offside or whatever, right? In my opinion, you should be given the advantage as play on, because fucking that offside. See if you're totally away offside, fair enough, right? See all this, your horns offside or your elbows after you're offside. Come on, man, football's finished. Football's done. Football is done. Honestly, mate, I know you're laughing because you know myself, mate. I'm certain subjects in football I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about on, for me, the way football's going. I think football's finished. You can't any wee touch now. It's a fucking free kick. It's a foul. No every contact's a foul. No, see, I'm probably getting a bit behind me on certain home boys, right? Because I'm only getting maybe per negative on home boys because they're getting gave elsewhere when they shouldn't be gave. So this is why I'm saying, well, if that's a home ball in other games, it's a home ball in your game. It's like the one with Tavernier, right? See 10 years ago against Aberdeen, that game, Tavernier recently.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, during the week, yeah. Aye. See, 10 years ago, that's not a home ball. Names with batting eyelid about that, or to hurt his on, play on. But see now, because it's getting scrutinised and it's getting looked at, it's a home ball. If Bernabé's and O'Reilly's are getting given in terms as a home ball, but realistically, none of them are home balls. But the way they are giving decisions now, it's a home ball. Sorry. So if you're going to be consistently shite, be consistently shite all the time. Don't pick and choose when you need to give fouls or home balls. So on that, mate, I just think how nobody's actually come out and why the referees no come out and explained why they looked at the monitor. What was that about? Why? Because in my opinion, you look at the monitor for handballs or instances that are meant to be that I think it's meant to be like that are no clear and obvious, so you go and check that out. But the offsides are by other guys looking at that. So I don't know, mate. On that offside as well, right? At the time of the game, I thought it was offside. I was sitting at the other end, remember? So, and I did think it was offside. Clear as day, he is offside. But the way I see when I played football and the way I knew all the rules or the laws of the game, if I'm totally wrong, then I'm totally wrong. But the Livingstone defenders made a move for it and it succeeded and he's through and goal. Then Abada, in my opinion, becomes active to play as normal. If I'm wrong on that, mate, then people can tell me I'm totally out of my arse and tell me. But if I played football and that goal was cancelled against me, I'm thinking, well, the guy's touched it. But I don't know if the rules or the laws against been changed ever since this Mbappe thing. I think it happened recently. And ever since then, apparently the rules been changed or the laws of the game have been changed. I know it's no rules, but I keep saying rules of the game. The laws of the game have been changed. But to my opinion, mate, it's when I go, Livingstone players went ahead of the ball, and according to what I thought the laws of the game were, it was a goal. If it wasn't meant to be a goal, then people also know more than me about the laws of the game. But I thought it was a goal. When I look back, because obviously at the time of the game, mate, I thought it was offside, and that was it. The big thing about I'm not really bothered about if it was offside or onside in terms of if we get goal or no, because that's not really in my case here. It's the fact the referee went to look at the monitor. The referees know what they're doing with us. This is what we spoke about. But we didn't mind if they are come in as long as it was used efficiently, used properly, and they knew what they were doing with it. It's been a few months now. There shouldn't be team problems. I'm being honest with you. That they've got every day to look at this, every day to train for this. I know some have got full-time jobs, but just sit for an hour, reading about it, or perhaps I don't know what they need to do to get it better. But for me, JP, I think I don't know how anybody's even questioned it. Like, no managers come out and quit. No, even it doesn't need to be Ange or Martindale. Anybody who's had this in certain games, they've not come out and questioned it. They've asked certain managers about home balls or offsides or whatever, but certain managers won't ask. It's like at Celtic, Ibrox recently, the Hibs, they didn't ask Lee Johnson about handball and Hibs books, but they asked Robin Nielsen all the time because they know Robin Nielsen's going to say something to give him a headline in the papers. That's what he did for. That's what it is. And they ask Ange certain things because Ange, they're wanting Ange to slip up, and he just goes, mate, fuck off, see you later. And there's no headline because he's too wise to it, but some managers aren't wise to it. But I don't know what you feel about the full thing, mate. I know it's not really something we want to talk about too much. I know we have already, but because obviously we've not been on since the game. But I just didn't understand it, mate. Why he went to Mona? I didn't understand it. I still don't understand it. We've not had any information why he went to the Mona. So I don't know. Is it because they knew they fucked up and they just went in because they got inside the black? Is this onside? What do we do? And he went to the Mona to kill fucking a few seconds. It took about 4 minutes to decide an offside.
I know.
You've seen that. But come on, man.
That's what's getting me, Ryan. It's the length of time that they're taking to conclude these outcomes, and it's absolutely shocking the amount of time that even it's worse when you're in the stadium. Mm-hmm. It's a lot quicker, I think, if you watch the game on the telly because it happens quicker than you. But if you're in the stadium, it feels like an absolute eternity. That it takes ages for that decision to be made, and it's unbelievable. It is. It really is. In terms of the VAR, mate, I don't mind VAR as long as it's been used properly. You're right. There shouldn't be teething problems because this isn't a new system. VAR's been running for a number of years now. So, like I say, it's no as if it's a brand new system or a brand new toy. Nobody knows where the instructions are, and they don't know how to work the fucking thing. So it's baffling. It's also baffling how he went to that monitor. Like you say, where did he go? I don't even think he knew what he went to the monitor for. I actually think he just went down and stuck a pole man in his gob and stood there for a couple of minutes and then came back in. I really do. That's what I think he personally done. I says that to one of the guys behind me. A wee comment here, Frank. Evening, Frank. All right, boys. How are you? Hope you both have a great Christmas. Same yourself, Frank. You and your family, mate.
Merry Christmas, Frank. You too, mate. Thank you.
Hope everything goes well for you, mate. You enjoy your day on Sunday when it comes. Hope we get a good result tomorrow first, but right enough. That's why we're here. So, no, in terms of the VAR, I don't mind it as long as it's being used properly, right? And it needs to be used properly. And right now it's no, because it's shafting us at every turn. Like I say, apart from the handball at Livy, and we get a penalty.
You see on the handball, no, see, that's something that's went Hamid as well. The handball that happened in that game the other night. That's a Stonewall handball.
Aye.
The guys had just say. I know Hatati's had a good shot and it's travelling at pace. I understand that. Sometimes it is hard to get your hands away or your hands whatever, right? Sometimes your hands are just there and it hits you. Fair enough. But he's had about 15 yards or so, give or take. I don't know how long it was exactly, right? How far it was. But in my opinion, for what I seen at the game, and then what I seen at the after the game on Twitter, I think some social media posted it, and I looked at it, and I think I sent you or you sent me it, and I looked at it 4 or 5 times. Me and you're thinking, and you're like, I don't know, and I'm like, no, it's 100%. And then I looked at it again in Thursday morning. What's a Stonewall penalty? He's put his elbow like that to block it. The referee's right in front of that. They've checked it for literally fucking 10 seconds and went, no. And I'm like, are you joking me?
That's the thing as well. See your handballs and we're claiming for in a possible VAR check. The check's over in seconds.
How can you spend, say, on average, 20 seconds or whatever, 30 seconds to check a handball, but yet you take 4 minutes to check something that's fucking with 4 guys looking at it?
Aye, exactly.
The referee's on the park. He's seen it because he's fucking watching the game. He's went, right, do you know what, right? No, I'll check it. He didn't get it in the first place. He let the play go. He checks it.
No, but that's what I was saying to you when we were off. We were obviously, when we were on the phone the other night, I says to you, I think the linesman at my side, I potentially think he was going to give it offside because I think he was telling the ref he's offside, and the ref was going like that as if we'll check anyway. But he's not offside. That's the thing as well. And some of these guys don't know the rules of the game.
But it's a
We
hot
had an incident last season with John Beaton, and it was up at Tannadice when Giacomakis, it was Maeda that scored, but the ball hits Giacomakis, hits off a Dundee United player, and Maeda scores, and he chops his goal off. For what? I hit the Dundee United player. So, the game on Wednesday night, I hit a Livy player. As soon as, see regardless of whether Abada's 2 yards offside or 25 yards offside, see as soon as a Livy player hits the ball, he's then played onside because it's a Livy player that hits the ball.
That's
and the ball goes back to me as well.
That's what I've always... See if I'm thinking this is mine for years, and if I'll say, right, fuck, see, I made a fucking arse of that here, right? But I've always thought as soon as that hits that player, he's active, because you've seen yourself, JP, sometimes guys hit the ball into the box and it's hit off the defender and it's cliched off him and the forwards went through and goal and scored. And it's always counted. So why is all of a sudden no counting? This is what I don't get.
Right.
Is it go? But that is an instant itself, right? But for me, a handball, it's not even spoke about. It's not been mentioned to, and it's not been mentioned at all on our social media.
Well, I think somebody tried to bring it up to him the other night and he just fell like, I'm fed up talking about VAR.
But it's clear as day for me how I'm not wanting to say these. I'm not wanting to come out and say it's these guys are meaning it, right? But they're giving it very, very. They're giving me so much evidence. It's not just for Celtic, by the way. It's for other teams. It happens Rangers games and all, and Aberdeen, whatever. But I'm only commenting on my team here and what I see in the Celtic games. Some of the decisions that we're not getting with us VAR is an absolute shambles. I just don't know. This is why I'm saying it. I'll come out and say it in the room. People can say that you're for fucking conspiracy theories or whatever. We need to go into this game 9 points ahead or more, because if it goes to 6 or whatever, listen, God forgive what's going to happen in that game with VAR. God forgive what's going to happen. A handball, or we're going to try and get a wee dive in the box or penalty. I'm telling you that people are going to think I'm losing my nut, but we all think the same thing. But some people come out and say it, like myself. Some people won't come out and say it on their Twitter or their platforms or whatever because they're scared in case it comes back and bites them in the arse. No, it's not just that. It's happened with VAR. It happened with fucking Dan Mistorovic years ago.
I don't know how something like that could come back to bite somebody in the arse when all you're doing is giving your honest opinion of what you think might happen and
what they call
potentially is ready to happen.
Aye, that I've still not forget this. This is ever since I've seen this decision.
That I want to make up Broadfoot.
Ever since I've seen that, JP, it's made me think about even more. Wally Collum, it was Wally Collum the ref on it. That's right, it was Wally Collum.
Aye, it was Wally Collum, aye.
Wally Collum was not looking at the play. He turns round and gives a penalty. How can you get a penalty when you've not seen something? But yet we have to believe these guys are like, do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. People forget that stuff like that's happened. The John Hartson one at Hampden, he's fucking 2 yards onside. These are the things that have happened in the past. But yet we have to
the handball, the league referee, the handball against Inverness at Hampden.
And this is fuck all to the Rangers, by the way.
Everybody in the world seen that was a handball, apart from the fucking the 19 officials that were all standing on the side of the park.
But this is nothing. I don't want people thinking this is the Rangers. This is nothing to the Rangers, by the way. This is just
no. It's happening. It's happening throughout across the board. It's not just happening in one sort of fixture. There's another comment relevant to what we're chatting about, and it's for James. And James says, all the clubs should call out the rotten officiation in Scotland that are making up the rules now, game by game. They need to read the rule book properly. I think they've got I agree with you, James. I think they've got a problem understanding, and I think they've got a significant addiction to moving the goalposts to suit themselves, because that's what seems to be happening game by game now. They seem to be, they seem to be just making it up as they go along, and if they don't know, they'll just make it up again. So, and a lot of their guesswork is horrendous.
I would like to hear the conversations, the referees. I think they did that in rugby, didn't they? The referees, a loudspeaker or whatever, and they can talk. and they tell the players exactly why it's been given or whatever. Why can that not happen in Scotland? Is it because it's football that it can't happen? I don't know why they can't let us, or even come out after a game and say, no, I'm not saying come out right away, obviously go and get your shower or go and do whatever you need to do as a referee, whatever you do as a linesman, if you need to go to somebody to put your report on, etc. After the game, come out and say, maybe, right, I gave this red card because of this, I gave this penalty because of this or this, then I think we would be a bit more understanding. I would be. It's the same as a manager, right? Ange might drop 6 players and he comes out and says why he dropped it or why he's resting the 6 players, it's due to rotation or it's due to this. Right, we go, right, okay, we lost that winning game because the manager admitted I made changes, it didn't work, fair enough. We understand that. But why can the referees not come out and say something like that? Is it because I would rather a referee come out to IP and says, look, I gave this red card because of this, I gave this because of this, and that's it. I would go, do you know what? Okay, I don't agree with it. You've explained yourself, we move on. But we're getting the explanation. So us as fans, this is why I said to my dad, I said yesterday, JP, I says, I'm glad I'm not playing football now, Dad. I'm not an angry person. I might seem I'm talking about football. I'm quite laid back. I don't really, nothing bothers me in life. But see, if I played football, I would get booked all the fucking time for arguing with referees. I think I get booked 3 or 4 times, mate, when I played football. I wasn't an argument person, never really get booked unless, I don't know, be cheeky dive, which I used to do. But it's so frustrating sitting in that stadium. You know yourself, mate, when you're seeing things right in front of you and you're thinking, how's that a foul? How? There was actually one in the fucking Rangers game of the day, right? The night. Tillman hit the ball after the Ross County player and they gave a goal kick. A goal kick, I'm like at myself. This is not right. It's right in front of your eyes and you're getting a goal kick. It's a Rangers fucking corner. It's simple things like that that's with your eyes. That's no technology. And you can't see 5 yards in front of you. I don't know where we go for it. I know JP, we want to talk about the actual football, but like you says, mate, stuff has to get ironed out, and I don't think stuff gets mentioned. I don't know if it's people don't want to mention it. I know Celtic won't do it because that's no Celtic's way. Celtic just want to go on and continue winning leagues and just basically do what they're doing. We don't want to come out and upset the apple cart. That's why I see it. I would love that. I praise the board so much, but I'd like them to come out and just, it's for the fans, come out and say something. But it's not just Celtic. You should be up, like James says. Other clubs should come out and maybe put the point of view across. But I know there's a lot of other things talking about, mate, in terms of the game and obviously the game at the weekend. But I just think it's frustrating, mate. That's the thing I can maybe say. It gets you pissed off because you're seeing it as, like you say, mate, we played the game. I'm not saying I played fucking Celtic level, but you played the game. You've got a understanding of footballs and whatever else, and some of the things that you're seeing, it's wild, mate. It's wild, man.
No, I agree with you, mate. I totally agree with you. I don't want to really spend too much more time on VAR and stuff because it kind of takes away what we really want to do. Do you know what I mean? It kind of takes away because it just ends up bringing up loads of debates and loads of different views and things that, you know, as I say, it will change eventually. It has to. It's not like it's going to go like that all the time. It's frustrating just now because obviously we're on the receiving end of a lot of really bad decisions and guesswork. But I do think it will change. It can't continue in the manner it's been, because if it does, then it's only a matter of time before it is called out properly, and it will be brought in, and I'd imagine some sort of investigation will be brought in to what's going on. Who knows? Celtic might be staying quiet because they're compiling evidence. Who knows? But as I say, we'll need to wait and see with that one. Obviously, tomorrow, mate, we've got St Johnstone, so look forward to that again. Early kick-off. We're on early riser tomorrow. You better set your alarm, get you out of that wee sofa bed in the morning, mate, and make sure your big bed's got clean sheets still, mate.
I've got my teddy bear on, mate, so I'll be nice and cozied up. So I might not get my bed in time, but we'll see how it goes.
As long as it's not a Broxy bear, we're all right, mate.
Oh, I think he's in the bin somewhere. I'm taking the bins out with him.
Aye. You get the extra strong bags. That's a big bear.
He is indeed, he's a big bear, all right. Beals Bears.
Aye, Beals Bears, Beals Bears are running riot. Beals Bears are full of the festive ginger.
Yeah, aye. 3 wins in a row, that's him. Fucking
Full of
brilliant.
something. Is the game finished?
I think so, aye.
Is it? Right. No, as I say, so St Johnstone tomorrow, Callum Davidson, different type of challenge for us. Obviously up there, it was a bit tighter than we'd have probably wanted. Them getting a late goal, obviously didn't kind of set the cat amongst the pigeons, and then we literally went up apart and scored right after it with Bernaby's cross to Giakoumakis. But these kind of games, Ryan, can't keep happening. But we need a wee bit more for us in terms of being clinical. And these games are only close in terms of scorelines because we're missing chances. If we start putting chances away, then there'll be severe daylight between the two teams. Do you know what I mean, on the pitch? Because on Wednesday night again, I thought we were comfortable, but people think, you know, because we won the game 2-1, but because we didn't win the game 7-1, Celtic were poor. Sometimes it doesn't just work like that, you know. Teams know what a Celtic team are all about, and they're coming to. It's a big. I take it as a compliment, right? I don't know about you, mate, but I really do take it as a compliment because I think that teams are now looking at us and going, right, if we don't set up in a certain way here, we're going to get levelled. And I think 9 times out of 10 that's probably going to happen if you look at the teams in the league. And I mean every other team, the whole are 11 teams that are in the league. No, as I say, the end saying is we never stop. And I think that they've just got a bit about them, Ryan, and that, you know, and that's what we're seeing to get them over the line. I mean, Aberdeen probably wasn't pretty in terms in spells, and the second half the other night wasn't pretty. You've got that game against St Johnstone where we just beat them 2-1 up there as well. There's been games like that this season, mate. Probably more than there's no been. So you thought about the Dundee United game 9-0. Probably the Kelly away game. If you look at Hearts at Tynecastle, that was 4-3.
Yep.
So there's been a lot of tight games for us this season. Aberdeen at Celtic Park at the beginning of the season wasn't we weren't free flowing, if you know what I mean. And I think that's been a real factor. I know the fact that we're still winning, Ryan, tells you a lot about the team, in my opinion, mate. And I think that's a big factor that, you know, we're no free flowing yet. So it would be a major worry, I think, for the rest of the teams because, look, we've spoke about it, mate. I don't think we have really started yet in terms of the way we know we can play, which is a big worry for the rest of the teams in the league. But there's also major questions tomorrow. Is he going to change the team? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Who should start here? Who should start there? Obviously, you can talk through what your thoughts are in a second, mate, but my thoughts are he probably will rotate the squad. I don't want to say drop players, that's probably the old expression you would use. This new expression is, you know...
rotation.
Rotation, aye. This rotation. What happened to him? Oh, he's been rotated.
He's getting a wee rest. His hands tight in it.
He's getting a wee rest. He's been lying in that sofa bed for about a week and a half now.
We Broxy Bear.
Aye. So one of the wee showroom beds that you get in around the flare.
Aye. You just fell out of the flare. You hit your head and all that, didn't you? Aye.
Look across your carpet and you see a couple of wee cockroaches walking towards you.
Aye.
You look at you go like that, you know how we feel.
I know.
But no, as I say, mate, your thoughts on the team tomorrow, what would they...
Obviously,
what do you think?
I didn't think Jota was at his best on night. Again, anybody who's listened to the podcast before will know that I for me, I've said before, wingers are very inconsistent. Not all the time, but wingers can be inconsistent. And Jota will have a game or two where he's not at his best, or he's maybe trying to do wee fancy tricks that he was doing at 2-1, which was frustrating the life at me. At 2-1, you should not be doing wee fancy tricks and flicks. Do that maybe 3 or 4-1 when the game just about finished. Don't do that 2-1 when the game's. Let's be fair, like you've just said, JP. Livy didn't really have any chance of causing us issues. Only the last 2 or 3 minutes they actually tried to do something. They didn't really show anything in the second half. It was all about us and just us not being able to beat them down, because defensively they done okay. They were, like you say, mate, certain teams, they see it's a compliment, but it's frustrating that I understand that's the way teams need to play to beat us. I get that. They need to just get a counter-attack. I totally get that, but it's frustrating as fans to see that teams are only going at least trying to win the game. I know they are trying to win the game, but at least football's not about sitting back defending. I know certain games it is, but it's about winning. It's about winning. You can't win with just parking the bus. Because Celtic, in my opinion, with Starfelt and Vickers, a big shout to they two, Barry. They were brilliant. Whatever Livy through it is, they handled it brilliantly. The odd time they did get beyond us, if Vickers was lacking, Starfelt was in front of them the other way about. For me, the two of them are probably the best partnership, in my opinion, since maybe Van Dijk and Denier. If anybody thinks anything better, then that's your opinion. That's just my opinion. I think that the two of them are very, very good. I think they're very, very good. For 100% the best two in Scotland, 100%. They're actually getting better for me as a couple at the back. I think they're very, very good. They cover each other very well. They're very quick. Starfield's actually very deceivingly quick. So again, you've no issues with they two at the back. I thought they were brilliant. And as long as they two are fit, very, very rarely will we get beaten this league, in my opinion, because they're very, very solid. I know things can happen in games, silly mistakes or whatever, but on they two, mate, brilliant. But would it surprise you more if we go to a back three, because Wilson can't play if he's no fit, if he's injured? You might put you in to play a back three, but I know
it would surprise me, because he's not done it. He's not done it yet, have he?
I'm just trying to think, because I don't. Obviously, Johnson can't play yet. Uranus is still no back yet. I know he's back Monday or so. So you don't really want to. This maybe could be a chance to play a young boy right back. I don't even know who the right back is. That shows you my bad research.
I think Bosun Lowell can play there.
Right, so I know he's been rumoured.
Bosun Lowell, or whatever way you pronounce his name. Sorry, Bosun, if you're listening. I wasn't too sure on your second name pronunciation there, so I
would maybe like them to try a free to back just to see how it was. Just to see again. I know he won't do it, because maybe that's no the philosophy of the club and the way we play. But I can't see him putting Greg Taylor right back, because I know Greg Taylor done okay here. That's not his fault. He played there, but he can't use his right foot. His right foot's for Stoneham. You've seen that. He's so awkward in his right foot, and it's not his fault. That's just the way he is. He's a left back. Could they put Bernabé right back? I don't know. I thought Bernabé started when he came into the game, started it very, very awkwardly, but as the game went on, he got into the game, he's been past defenders. He was getting the ball in.
I would imagine as well.
He's very quick. I rate, as you know, mate. This is not against Greg Taylor, because he's been fantastic and you can't really knock him. He's been brilliant, and he's going to be the left back. No, he's probably going to be the left back until he gets injured or whatever, because he's been brilliant. You can't really knock him, mate. He has. But I do rate Bernabé highly. Every time I've seen him play recently, he's been good when he's come into the team. So, like you say, you've got two able left backs here for the issue. No other mob. For me, the wee boy Devines does the simple stuff, but if he plays against us at Celtic, Ibrox, he'll get toasted. He'll get marshmallowed and chocolate in the tail. He will, honestly. He'll get absolutely roasted. So
marshmallowed and chocolate in the tail.
So for me, I think it will be changes. I think Jota might get a shot on the bench. I think Haštabanović might start the game, or Forrest. Probably Haštabanović, because I think...
It's a big shout, by the way, Forrest. Oh.
I do think Haštabanović, I like him. I thought he done well when he came on. I like to be nutmegged on the guy as well. So I do like him, Haštabanović. I think he might get a shot. Abada's got to play. I think for the game at Ibrox anyway, I think you probably go who's going to play, either Haštabanović or Abada. I think Jota's a shoe in for. I know he's didn't play well the other night, but I think Jota's got to start, in my opinion. I think he he is one of your main threats, especially
I
against
think
Rangers.
we'll forgive him for the other night, mate,
Aye,
because they can have games for other fans.
but again, I'm like you, mate. See, recently, and I noticed it the other night, Abada can't be a team, in my opinion. Now he can't be. He's
How
so
long
direct.
have I been saying that to you?
Aye, the other night, like it was actually you said to me, and the more I think about the game, he looks like he's done a bit over the break. He looks powerful. He looks strong. He's very direct.
Yep.
Somewhat an old school winger that we've not had in a while. Just get the ball and run. That's the advantage. Is his job, as you say normally. I think we've got three. I don't know how I put this. We've got three modern wingers, but they're all school at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They get the ball and they're just fucking direct. They're like Aaron Thompson, I got just fucking direct, drive, get the ball in the box. And this is what I want Wilson to do better. I know he's not a winger, but at right back, fizz the ball across at ready, get the ball across. Don't do these wee fancy things. Just get the ball in the box. But I think we'll make changes, mate. I don't know who's going to change because we don't know if Ralston's fit or no. So
he did say he was making changes due to an underpower performance in the second half of the night.
But for me, I think maybe one of the discussions has been the last few days is obviously, I don't know if you're going to talk about it anyway, but it was obviously strikers. But I'll let you go into what you're going to speak about in terms of your teammate, and then we can obviously talk about that if you want. But I think they'll make a few changes, mate. I don't really want to comment on the team who will make change wise because I don't know if Ralston's going to be. If Ralston's fit, then I think Ralston plays because obviously we've never right back. So he might play Bernabei and give Taylor a wee rest. I don't know. 100% Taylor isn't getting dropped. It will be a rotation if that is the case. But I don't really. I think Hatate might get a break. You know that? I thought Hatate was a bit hanging in the second half. Again, I know they all were, so maybe been a bit fucking picky here. Maybe try to get these fucking guys rotated.
I actually think Aaron Moy will start the game tomorrow.
But he was very comfortable when he came on. Very comfortable
on the ball.
Playing it. I
think otherwise. Then
I think he's kind of shut a few of the boo boys that we've given him a bit of criticism when we signed them. In my opinion,
you get in the supporters team in the tournament for a World Cup.
I liked him before he signed for us, mate. The fact we got him free transfers and absolute bargain. You've got a World Cup player, you've got an internationals for Australia, plays all the big games for Australia, and you've got him for fuck all. So how can you complain? Even if he didn't play well for you, how can you complain when you see CV and look what he's done and what he's done for Australia? You can't complain. And he's not going to be getting £30,000 a week. I'll tell you that.
I think he's been very harshly done by. His only downfall is Callum McGregor's back for injury. Well, I think he's been harshly done, didn't he? In terms of he played every game for Australia at World Cup. He's came back and he's kind of more or less missed the 2 games that we've been back now. So I do think he'll start tomorrow. I've got a feeling he might play him tomorrow. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Big Seagrass playing tomorrow as well.
I thought Joe Hart was a bit fine when to go on off.
He went down in installments, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's still trying to get done in there. I seen the shutters across the water coming down quicker than that, man. You know what I mean? That was Craig White's pound hit that table quicker. It went down in that table quicker than Big Hart went down for that ball the other night. But in terms of team-wise, I think it. Obviously, I think he might play Seagrass, but if I'm just going to be listening and go like that, JP, no, I'm not. I'm going to play Joe Hart and screwing me a wee bit here. So I'm just going to say Joe Hart because it possibly will be him in realistic terms. But I think he could play Big Seagrass. But he'll probably start with Hart and Ralston will probably play because Ralston's a wee bit tough, mate. I don't think he's the type of boy to. I think it might be just a wee twinge in his back or something. He was in trouble because when it happened to him, he struggled to stand up and straighten his back up. And then, like I say, I told you all night, didn't I, when we were talking, I says, McGregor was there beside where I sat, and I'm quite close. I'm in row D, so I'm quite close to the track side. And I heard McGregor asking him, was he all right? And he says, no, I'm in fucking agony, he says. And he says, the pain's coming from my hips into my back. So, but as I say, obviously, we'll see how that goes. But we've not done an update on it, so which makes me think Ralston's probably going to be playing. Then your two centre backs is your two centre backs, Big Carter Vickers and Starfelt. I'll be probably, I don't have any doubt in my mind it's going to be wee Oxo. Be unbelievable. What a season. Telling you he's player of the year, honestly.
He's definitely up there, mate, 100%.
If he doesn't
100%.
get player of the year, mate, I'm chucking it. I'm chucking it right now. Telling you, I'm chucking it. If he doesn't get player of the year, I've had it, man. Between VAR and him not getting player of the year, he'll just send me right to the edge. I'm not kidding.
They'll send the player of the year dance to fucking VAR.
Aye, send the player of the year dance to VAR and it'll end up being a tatty he gets it.
I mean, you need mind him all.
He'll send the player of the year dance to he'll send the player of the year dance to VAR and the batter will still be offside.
It'll be VAR and arms lost.
He's the furthest away. He's standing up at the bar.
It'll be a Masonic call to VAR.
That's the full thing, knackered.
That's the full thing, knackered. Aye.
One of my Sonic Hall, aye. One of my Sonic Hall. I'll be sitting there with our wee bow ties and that one.
Aye. Aye, we're singing Beautiful Sunday when Greg Taylor gets the player of the year.
Aye, sitting there, aye. Aye.
Oh, man.
Playing in the penny arcade.
Aye. But aye, obviously as well on your thoughts as well, mate. I know it's been a bit of a
and then obviously I'm going to come to my next comment for the night, and I can't believe she's done it, but she's Shelley, to be fair with you, if you had seen my group chat yesterday and the length of time that was spent on this wee topic that you're asking about alone, it would have been enough to make you want to run a mile. But good evening, Shelley. I hope you're well and I hope you're looking forward to Christmas. And when it comes, I hope you have a great Christmas for your family, etc.
Yep, Merry Christmas.
So she says, who should play up front tomorrow? Has to be Gigi for me. Hey, don't start that again.
Aye, it's been a topic the last few days. Before I say anything about the two of them, we should be grateful that we've got two strikers that are capable of scoring goals, because scoring goals for me is the hardest part of football. To find a goal scorer is the hardest part of football. Celtic have had guys like Kamara in the past. We've had guys like Bayo, guys like Lassad, Miku, all these guys who have signed and no really pookie. They've not really came and hot the mustard. They've not really done their job. They've not scored goals that we're paid them for. But yet guys like even Stokes, I know people, Stokes might not be guys' favourite players, but Stokes scored goals. Samras chipped in with a few, Hooper, Dembele, your Edward, etc., etc. But you pay good money for good strikers, and we've paid decent money between the two of them. If you look at their stats in terms of starts per ratio, minutes per ratio, everything, they're goal scorers. I know Gianmarcus has no started as much, so obviously his goal record is not as much Kyle he started there. But when Gianmarcus starts, he just about scores every game I think he's played in, just about nearly. Kyogo's roughly the same. Aye, this year they've missed a few chances, but for me, I can't compare them, because Kyogo all round probably is a better player, but they've got two different jobs in my opinion. They do different jobs for the team. They've got different attributes, they've got different stems. If you play Kyogo, your game is Angie's style of play. High pressing, tempo, get the ball up front, his movement, get the balls across the box, etc., etc. But with Gianmarcus, you've got to play the ball into him in terms of see Ralston's wee flicks, etc. Put him in a wee bit of pace up high, and Gianmarcus is there for them. He's there. So
on Saturday, wasn't he? Like I thought he scored.
Fuck, I know. I don't care who plays. If it's any one of them, I don't care, because I think the two of them will score you goals. They've proved that. Yes, they're missing chances in Europe. Yes, I know they've still missed chances in SPL.
Yeah.
But Kyogo did miss a chance on night, but he scored. So, he's missed two, but he still scored one to have won the game. I know Wans was critical of him, and it's frustrating because he didn't score about the 2 or 3 that he could have got into, but he still scored. I do agree with Ange, IP, that he should be getting into positions a bit better, but I watched his movement closely during the week, and his movement's brilliant, by the way. This is no Kyogo. This is me. I'm not telling you he's Messi, because he's no, but it's similar to the way Messi plays his game. see anybody who's listening to this or they do watch it back, watch Kyogo if he starts tomorrow or watch him in future, right? He walks about the park. He looks about, he sprints, he jogs. He doesn't run about 24/7 like Maeda. He picks his runs, he picks his movements. Giakoumakis is similar, but he does it in the box. Kyle goes all over the place. Giakoumakis knows when to run when he's in the box and when to pass the defenders when the ball's going through. So Giakoumakis holds the ball up well, he links the play well. Kyle does the same, but Giakoumakis is obviously he's a target man, but he's a goal scorer. I can't compare them. I don't want to compare them, but Giakoumakis has obviously been, for me, he's been ill-advised by his media team or his PR team or agents, whoever it is that deals with it. The silly Instagram post he put yesterday, he was probably told to fucking do it. Because some of these players, what people need to realise as well, some, I know maybe no Celtic players, but some of these top players, their accounts are ran by people. They're not ran by them. They don't touch their accounts. It's all ran. But there's no such chance Ronaldo is on his phone updating Instagram. It was somebody doing it for him. He's not got all that time to sit and post all that. I might be wrong, but
he has now. He's just been sacked by Man U.
Aye, true, aye. But I know some of these top players have got people dealing with all that stuff for social medias and Twitter. So he's been ill-advised. The media link from stalling contracts talks was sneaky for his agent. It was sneaky as well for Juranovic's agent, trying to get him bumped up in price to get him a move. But agents that's what they do, that's their job, and that's unfortunate for us. That's what they do, and they're looking out for their client, they're looking out for their financial aid as well.
He sacked his agent, didn't he?
He sacked him. I think he sacked him
because he went public.
Because of whatever else, aye, mate. So, on that, Shelley, I think Giakoumakis, for me, if he does start tomorrow and he has a bad game, then I think I'm not sorry to say that he's finished, but I think then it's back to the bench in next game. If he scores and does well, then start against Hibs because you deserve to start. But Kyogo scored, so deserve to start as well. So I can't decide who starts. For me, I think I put it on Twitter. After I say this, mate, I'll let you put your point across later. Hey, bother, mate. But Andy Graves talks here on that, mate.
I'm just Richard Keys. I just sat here and make you look good.
I think we should be grateful that we've got. Maybe grateful's a strong word, but we should just appreciate we've got two goal scorers. We've got two guys that can come on and score goals. They're very hard to come by, strikers, and we've not really spent too much money on these guys. Maybe European football, maybe need to spend a bit more money to get maybe a European streetwise forward. I don't know, right? That's done for our podcast. Giakoumakis deserve more game time in terms of starts? Probably yes. But does Kyogo the main man? Probably yes. So catch 22 who you play. But I don't care who starts tomorrow or who starts at Ibrox or Hibs. I don't care who starts because I know they'll score goals. Mm-hmm. But for me, on that point, Sherry, I'd probably agree with you. I think maybe Kyogo, I'd maybe play him against Hibs and I'd play Giakoumakis tomorrow because I think the Hibs game, again, no disrespect to St Johnstone, JP, but Hibs away is a harder game than St Johnstone at home. You're at home, you expect to win. Hibs away, maybe it's tougher because it's away from home and obviously it's a game at night as well. So I'm not saying that's any issue, but it's a midweek game, so they tend to be tougher than games are started at home. So I'd probably play Giakoumakis tomorrow. Game time. If he scores and does well, brilliant. If he doesn't, then right, it's kind of a debate, right, about starting, right, go on the bench. So don't know what you think, JP, but we all know Kyogo is Angie's man. When Kyogo's fit, he plays just about every big game. But for me, Giakoumakis, when he does play, he bullies defenders. He's got a lot of sense and he scores goals. So I can't really comment on the two of them. I can't compare them. But I would like to see Giakoumakis start. But JP, like I said before, mate, I would love the two of them to start up front. No 10 or 9, just two up front. I know it 4-4-2, two up front, and just go for it because they'll score a barrel load. And I think maybe against Morton could be the game today because that could be 10-0 against Morton home if that's what they do. That's a disrespect to Morton, but we should be wanting to go and beat Morton 4 and 5 and 6 because Bob Mellon capable of doing that. So don't know how you feel on that situation, mate, but I do feel it's going to be a debate until Giakoumakis or Kyogo goes because I know Kyogo's not going to go, but Giakoumakis could be in January or summer, but it's a massive debate, mate, isn't it?
That is indeed, mate. He seems to be getting a lot of hype now. Giakoumakis, I mean. And in my opinion, it's for the wrong reasons. Because, like he says, I think his agent's been a wee bit naughty. And also, this is, again, just me. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. People here can say what the way they feel, etc. I potentially think it's now affecting him. It's affecting he looks like he's in a huff.
He looks frustrated. He looks very frustrated.
Looks as if he's in a huff. And I'm going to be honest with you, mate. I don't know. You know my feelings anyway. I'm probably going to get into Roy Keane mode here and tell you straight. If you're asking me who the better player is, it's Kyogo all day long. There's a night and day difference between the two of them. Like you said yourself, to play Angie's role in the squad, then it's Kyogo all day long. Giakoumakis brings different attributes. Now, I'm not saying Giakoumakis is a bad player, everybody. For anybody who's gone there, he's down in Giakoumakis. I know there is a clear difference between him and Kyogo. Kyogo's got speed. He's got technical ability. He's got agility to move in and out of tight areas. He's got... Now, this is one thing I've noticed about Kyogo. He sprints in one direction and he can quickly change direction and sprint into that direction as well. Not a lot of people can do that. It's one of the hardest things to do in football. And he reads the game brilliantly as well, Kyogo. As Ryan says, he does a lot of walking about and looking to see, like scanning in the pitch to see what's going about him. And then he sees the danger for us in an attacking sense. He spots the danger for the other team right away and he manages to get in the blind side his man all the time. All you need to do is look at his goal the other night. That was a carbon copy of the goal he scored against Hearts in the 1-0 game last season. His movement is frightening. He done it again at Fir Park when Matt O'Reilly wins the ball back in the 18-yard box. His movement is absolutely frightening. Whereas with Giakoumakis, it's all stuff across the goal and he gets on the end of it. But no all the time does he... Like, everybody talks like Giakoumakis scores with every chance he's got. He doesn't. And that's the bit. And what I'm going to say to the new folks is, see if Giakoumakis were to go, obviously Ange is proactive enough. I do think he would have a replacement in before that does happen. But if he was to go, I'm not really 100% necessarily sure he would be missed. Because he's not one of the main men in that team. He isn't. As much as Ryan says there when he was chatting, that we've got two really good strikers who can score goals. He's right about that. But Giakoumakis isn't classed as one of the top men of the team. Kyogo is. So there is a difference between the two of them. Obviously, like in football, it's horses for courses. So there's certain games that will suit Giakoumakis. But Ryan's hit the nail on the head a few times. When Giakoumakis plays, 9 times out of 10, we don't play to his strengths. So he looks ineffective in a game because we're not playing to his strengths. But what I'm going to say is, you see everything that's unfolded the way it has now. And then he's took to Instagram the other day with a timer and it's him praying to the heavens and you can't do that. You need to get your act together. You can't do that. He's 28 years of age. You would expect that off a daft wee teenager. Somebody that was petulant enough to throw the rattle out the pram. You can't do that if you're a modern day pro. You've got to remember, we gave him a platform to come here, express himself and show what he's got. If no, then he was dropped into the first division in Holland with a team that finished bottom. And albeit he was the top scorer on the top division in Holland, but he was dropped. They got relegated. I think somebody was saying on our group chat that there was a number of clubs after him. I never knew that. I didn't know. I wasn't aware of that. But I would highly doubt that there would be a club on the list of teams that maybe after him that was his stature of Celtic. I highly doubt it. So therefore, we've given him a platform to come in, showcase what he's got, and very, very quickly now, he's going to start to lose the people who have supported him. bearing in mind, I know people might say that's dead petty, and he's wearing a jersey that's fucking synonymous with the club. Two of the greatest ever players ever to play for Celtic in that number 7 jersey. So he's obviously only going to get a wee bit more interest because of the number on his jersey. Because people are going to compare it now to Jinky. But you've got to look at the two different players' attitudes as well, Kyogo and Giakoumakis. Kyogo's that humble, he loves being there. He's the first to run into the Celtic fans and start that jumping with them, and he just loves it. Opposite end of the Richter scale is Big Huffy. Looks as if he's fell out with the world. And what I simply don't want, and some of the older guys will probably remember this. Ryan, you might be just a bit too young, mate. And I don't mean that to sound cheeky either, but it's a compliment to you, no, not a bad thing. We had a similar scenario with Big Pierre Van Hooydonk, where it got portrayed that he became the enemy of Celtic, and that wasn't the case. There's also things happening above board that we're no privy to. It's not just the individual, it's not just the player. So before MD judges a guy, you need to remember there's other things going on. It's not just him. There'll be a ceiling on whatever Celtic can offer him if it was a contract extension that he has refused. There'll be a ceiling there that Ange can say, look, I'm looking to bring in other players, so my hands are tied in terms of what to give you, whatever you want. Just say he's on $6,000 a week. Right? He's probably on a lot more than that, but I'm just saying, just for talk's sake, he's on $6,000 a week. Ange is probably well at him. Top whack, I can give you, big fella. Signing a new 4 or 5 year deal is probably $15,000 a week. Now he's 28, remember? So he's probably thinking to himself, well, hold on a minute, I was the top scorer last season. So, in he'll be thinking, I was the top man last season. But being the top man doesn't necessarily mean you've scored the most goals. Because you're missing out all the important things, which is the guys that gave you the service to score the goals. It's not just about you as an individual, it's about a team and a collective. That's how when I played football, some managers I played under, right, and the guys would be saying, how's he getting a game? And I remember an old manager I had, his name was Jack. I'm not going to name the rest of his name. But, and this boy says, how's he getting a game? And I'm not. And it pure bold. He says, he can trap a ball, turn and play 1-2s. You can't. Whereas, no, what you can do, you can get up and down the pitch. He can't. So that's why I use you for games like that, and I use him for games like this. You see the penny drop in the wee guy's face, and he was like, all right, as if. So that's why you're not playing today. I never say that that's you out the team altogether. You're just not playing today because I don't think you're suited to this fixture.
Yeah.
So that happens as well. It's not just about an individual, it's about the chemistry between a collective. And it needs to be right, it needs to be the right fit. It's all right for us to sit and slag people and say, do you know what? They were crap today, they were rubbish, they were this, they were that. You've got to remember all the work that goes in before that game. Everything that goes in and all the preparation work that goes in. That's why these guys are professional and that's why they get paid good money. Because the bigger teams are always successful. Why? Because they've got a certain drive within their collective that pushes it on every day and pushes it on game by game. So before anybody has a go at Big Giakoumakis for doing this and doing that, just remember there's other things that are a combination as to what's happening now. And as Ryan says, he's probably been ill-advised. He's probably been told to do something in a certain way. It happened with Big Moussa Dembele. He was the same. He wanted it all because he was, little did we know then, he was being lied to. He had been lied to up till then. That's why he was made to look the scapegoat, and he was made to look like the villain in it all.
You see, on that, JP, I talk about what you said there, sorry to cut you off, it's just in my mind here.
All right, mate.
See, like, in terms of that, slow me now, what was I going to say there? Aye, see, like, in terms of like Jackie Marcus stuff like that, right? We don't know. See, I am going to say sorry. See, like Juranovic and Jackie Marcus said, right? Fans say, if I don't want to be here, I don't want him here, right? See, unless somebody taps him up or somebody says, listen, Barcelona want you, or fucking Isco Bride want you, or whatever, whoever it is, right? There, he doesn't get turned. They're not getting turned. They're totally focused on Celtic. So before the World Cup or before the summer, when they were talking about Chelsea or whoever it was for Juranovic, like my dad, see, unless somebody tells him, by the way, they want you, he's totally on Celtic. So fans can't say they don't want to be here. They're always going to want to be here unless somebody goes, by the way, look, there's a wee bit for you. Do you want to go? Oh, wait there, where that? Wee bells go, oh, I can get money here. Better lifestyle. My missus may be happy abroad. All these things are all in why people move. It's not because they're not happy at Celtic. It's because they're thinking, right, like you said with Jackie Marcus, IP, I'll let you come back into your point. Sorry, mate. This is in my head, mate.
All right, mate.
If Jackie Marcus 28, like you said, mate, I think I seen something on Twitter, mate. I don't know if it's the right wages. I could be talking shite on what I seen. Apparently, it's 12 a week, right? If anybody knows what Celtic players get, then they can let me know. But I seen a thing, suppose he's on 12 a week, right? So just say, like you says, he get offered.
Would you say 12?
Right? Apparently, that's what I seen on Twitter, mate. I don't know if it's true. It's not my tweet.
There you go. I was willing to offer him 15 a couple of minutes ago.
It's not my tweet. It's not my information. I just seen something on Twitter. Apparently, he's on 12 a week. There was a leaked list on the wages or something, like. So just say he's getting told, right, well, maybe give an extra year or an extra 4 or 5 grand. Just say 18 a week, right?
Yeah.
Which is very good money, I know. But people need to remember as well, by the way, they get taxed heavy as well. So they're not walking over 18 grand a week. It's maybe 12 grand a week or 10 grand a week. I know that's not a lot of money, by the way, but they're not getting what people think they're getting. It's a lot more that comes after wages, and obviously they live this big lifestyle, so they're going to want more money.
Yeah.
Like you said, JP, he might be getting an offer elsewhere, maybe somewhere else, and he's been told, listen, you might be getting this elsewhere, but see what Celtic going to give you first. These are all things. It's not just Jackie Marcus, until this came out before the World Cup, he can clearly seems happy to be here. Somebody said to him, by the way, they want you, why don't you go and get why don't you try and get a new deal now, or a new wage or whatever? And then he's gone now, his agent's gone here, do this. Same with Juranovic. I know he was maybe tapped up the summer, but before the summer, he's happy to be here. So, like he says, somebody's got to say something to you for your mind to go. It's the same with little O'Reilly, right? He's coming saying he's happy and now he's buzzing to be here, he's loving the fans, he's loving this.
Yep.
Well, surely, of course he's going to love it because he played with MK Dons and he played to Celtic, it's massive. But see if somebody says to him, and see if he gets a phone call off his agent in summer, by the way, here, Arsenal want you. He's going to go, by the way, fucking Arsenal, man. Yeah, they play in the Premier League. They've got a fantastic manager in Arteta, which we've got a fantastic manager, by the way. But Arteta's very, very good. He's coming up very well. I've got guys like Tierney in my team. I've got Xhaka. I've got fucking Martinelli. I've got Jesus. I've got Zinchenko. Fuck me. I know we've got McGregor, but this is what I'm going to be playing. It's not about... I see it as a lack of ambition if he went to Everton or fucking Aston Villa. But going to Arsenal, I know they're not in the Champions League, but can I really disclose a Celtic player going to Arsenal? No, because Arsenal are let's be fair, Arsenal are technically...
I know we're going to have topic a wee bit here, but I don't think it's going to be far long before they're back in the Champions League, right?
I think that if any Celtic player was to go to Arsenal, any top 4 club, right, I could not stand in their way. Could not say nothing, because top 4, you get more money, you play with better players, you've got a chance of winning the Premier League and chance of winning the Cup or chance of winning the top 4. I can't argue that. Celtic is massive. The only plus side we've got in a lot of teams is the fan base in the club, but it's European football that we could be getting, guaranteed. If we've got Europa League football, we're not going to get the player we're going to get if we get Champions League football. And this is why guys like O'Reilly, Juranovic, etc. could stay. See, like if Arsenal don't get Champions League, there's a bigger chance of them staying. I'm not saying that's where they're going to go to, but sorry, mate, I just had to get that in.
No, that's fine, mate.
It's just in case, like you say, in case certain fans think he's not want to be here. It's not reason why to be here. It's the fact that he's been tapped up and told to do something, and then he's gone.
Listen, he's 28 years of age, right? He's probably only got maybe one more big pie.
Aye.
In him in terms of football. But there's a couple of comments come in, Ryan. Frank has asked, Is Lawwell Senior getting to do it? I don't think so, Frank. I think Lawwell Senior's role is completely different for the role he had before. It's actually probably night and day for the role he had before. I think we're in good hands in terms of our recruitment team, etc. And just set up a nice wee network in there now. And Matt Lawwell, obviously, Lawwell's boy, he's part of that as well. So, and you can tell the way the team's flowing, the way transfers are being done, etc. Unless Peter Lawwell's been like Tam for still gaming, he's been electrocuted or something, he has done it, then I strongly doubt it, Frank, to be honest with you.
Sorry as well, JP, the scary thing as well about Kyle and Giakoumakis is, right, remember last year the two were injured at period of times as well, and they still scored a lot.
This is the next couple of wee comments I was going to say. So I've got an account here on YouTube called The Scout. I don't know whether it's a guy, woman, I got a clue. Obviously, he says he's not done enough to deserve a pay rise. I totally agree with it. That was my point.
I can agree with that.
And then his second comment to this was he played half a season last year. This year he's been a bit part player. But what I'll defend him here, this guy, obviously, in terms of you're saying he played half a season last season and finished top scorer in the league. So you could kind of flip that point to, well, hold on a minute. If he only played half a season, and I think Kyogo finished one less than him as well. But I get what you're saying with your first point in terms of he's not done enough. I don't think he's done enough either.
Yeah.
See the other night as well, I know you're saying, Ryan, 10 minutes is nothing, but 10 minutes, whether you 10 minutes or 5 minutes, mate, see if you've got a touch of the ball, you've got a touch of the ball. And see the other night, mate, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. And I'm not flagging him either. His touch was terrible the other night, mate. He took 3-4 touches to get the ball under control at one point.
No, I agree with you, mate.
And that's criminal with your back to goal.
I do agree, mate, that it's no... I'm not making excuses from, but I can only talk from my own experience. And
I know what you're saying in terms of his impact, etc.
Aye.
But when you're trapped the ball,
if Giakoumakis...
You can only part seconds, mate, and the ball comes to you like that, you've got to take that ball.
I totally agree with you, mate, but if Giakoumakis is only going to play 10-15 minutes here and there, then if I was him, then I would be pissed off and I would be wanting to move because...
But is there a reason for that, though?
Probably, mate, aye. There probably is, right? Because I just thought, aye. For me, see if Giakoumakis doesn't start Saturday night, it doesn't start on Wednesday, and then it doesn't start night. But for me, I think he's off. Because Ange has been rotating the team recently, and if he's not rotating it now, there's a reason why he's not rotating. Kyogo's playing well.
Let's get that drop. Let's get that. He's not getting dropped. Let's get that out there. He's not being dropped. He's been rotated, but he's been rotated for enough.
But I want to say Giakoumakis has been dropped because I don't think Giakoumakis has actually been bad. He's just no been in the team because Kyogo's been scoring a bit more goals and the team's been playing well with Kyogo in the team. So, but aye, mate, I'll let you finish.
But you know what would happen, mate, if we come in for contract talks and Celtic did offer him the $6,000, you know what I mean? Then the next week it'd be £7,000. Then the next week it'd be £8,000.
Aye.
No, as I said, it's kind of... It's a hard one, mate, because... Well, in my opinion, it's no hard. I think Kyogo's the better player, and his goal record this season speaks for itself. He's got 11 goals out of 15 games, which is a phenomenal return, mate. And that's supposed to be a guy that's known form. So I can't wait to hits form if that's a guy. No, see, I know you're laughing, but
I
can't wait to hits form if that's a guy that's out of form. But no, as I say, mate, it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what Stick we turn up in. I hope it's not that grey one we borrowed to St Mirren. That just looked like a game of drafts we were playing, man. Especially with St Mirren, because they turned up with a similar colour as us. Who allowed that, I don't know. But this brings me to my favourite part of the night, mate. Why we're actually here. I know we went a long road for a shortcut here, but hey-ho. Andy Gray likes a wee chat now and again, doesn't he? So don't blame me, folks. You know, don't blame me. But tonight is all about, obviously, we're new type of show, and at the end, it's coming up at the end of the show now. So we're going to chat about why we're all here, and this show is called the Unrestricted Goal Rush. There we are, Unrestricted Goal Rush. A nice wee design. You've been up all night drawing that, haven't you?
That's why I don't sleep in my bunk bed, mate.
That how you and Big Jason were answering your phone the other night, aye?
Aye. He was on his
I
only
thought
fans, a big man.
I thought he was getting subscribers and everything, so I did, but obviously it's no. You've been keeping him up all night with that artwork.
It's not been a goal rush he's been doing, it's another goal rush he's been doing.
It's a sudden rush. It certainly wasn't diarrhea anyway.
No chance.
It wasn't that type of rush. It wasn't a supermarket sweep either. But anyway, so we've had 2 fixtures already passed, I think. Well, have we? Right.
Motherwell, yeah, and
so Motherwell come on. How did that finish to each?
I don't know.
That's absolutely terrible for you, Andy. Come on.
I'm on my phone, mate. I can't check my phone.
No, I'm the same. I can't check either. But I think the last I heard it was 2 each. I think come on, we're down to 10 men.
Right.
And then obviously the mob across the water, I take it they finished 1-0.
I think so, I don't think any goals, aye.
Saying that, we might come off here and we might get a wee surprise.
Aye.
But no, obviously, we've done our predictions, mate, so this is part of the new show. For any new listeners that have probably not aware of it, me and Ryan are slabbing on about the news. Tonight's Friday night show from now on is going to be a goal rush show, unrestricted goal rush. And basically what it is there's a select friends have decided to start predicting scores, well, no scores, but results over the weekend's fixtures, and it's just for the Scottish Premier League only. So we've set up a wee league table, and going with a couple of these tonight. I don't think your next round, your next set of results are going to come in very good for you anyway, that's for sure. I think 2 are null and void for some anyway. No, as I say, yeah, definitely. We've set up a new type of show to wee league tables, so just to make it a bit interesting. And basically, what we're trying to do is get the listeners engaging with us as well. We have asked for the week, and obviously last week as well when we done this, for any listeners to get in contact with the page. Have we had any success with that yet, Ryan?
1 or 2, mate. Aye, but nothing that major. But I will get there.
Have they came back to you? Have they came back to you with predictions?
No, but they're wanting Jason's only fans, but we don't want that. We don't want that.
I'm not interested in that, man.
We want the league table.
We want the league table. We want the league table with names on it.
Get them in. My big Jack Daniels, what's he on your way soon?
Well, there you go then. He's going to treat you a nice wee Christmas special. Is that a different podcast? Is that one of the ones that's after 12 at night, mate? Aye. You get a karaoke machine and that out again?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm on the water tonight, mate. So no karaoke for me, man.
So, mate, I'm on the hard stuff innit? No, as I said, no, it's just to make it interesting, guys. So basically, what it is, it'll be just a bit of fun. But after the new year, guys, I'll give you a wee shout on an announcement. And basically what I'm going to do is we'll start offering incentives. So any of the listeners that are tuning into the channel, and obviously when we go live, we will be giving out some prizes if you predict, just say for talking sake, you predict 4 correct scores within the football card that weekend. Ryan, you've heard Ryan there, you're getting a bottle of Jack Daniels off him anyway, so that's a great start for any, and a great incentive. But it'll be stuff along that lines. The scouts asking how do we register, Ryan? So you register by contacting the page on any social media platform, which is the Celtic Unrestricted View. Just get a wee message and we can get you added. We get your details and get you added into a league table. If it's interesting, I think, Ryan, to have a league table with the name The Scout on it.
If it's easier for anybody who's not got social media, when we do, obviously, 9 times out of 10, the games will be a Saturday. So this will be, JP will host the show on a Friday. I might not be on it on a Friday, but obviously tonight I'm on, but JP will be the main man on a Friday. JP will be hosting it. So if I'm guessing JP, this is the thing you want to do as well, mate. If you've only got YouTube, come on the Friday before the match, in the comments, type in your predictions. and then JP can obviously do his stuff and we can write it down, etc. So can I write it on the comments, or as JP says, on the Twitter, the Facebook page, and even me and JP have got Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, so if you want messages on them, then that's fine as well. But that's JP, fire away, mate.
Jason's on with us as well, so obviously he's on social media as well, so you'll be able to find him there. But the Scout, the best way to do it is try and message one of us. If you give me a wee second, I have got my Twitter account. Where are we?
Yeah, the Scout, that's fine. Yeah, just shove them in the comments. That's absolutely fine. If you're not getting any social media, that's totally fine.
So for anybody who can see the names now, myself and Ryan have got Twitter on screen just now for you. For anybody that wants to get in contact with any of us, or you can do what Ryan says, and if you've not got extended social media, etc., you can just put your predictions in the comments and we'll get you added to the league table. Because it'd be good to get to know some of you guys as well, because obviously you are listening to us and seeing your faces all the time, so it would be good to get to know some of you guys and yeah, obviously engage a bit more with you in terms of what we're doing, etc. So the best way to do is probably, I would say, message a page if you can through some sort of platform, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Saying that, you and Jason have got a couple of more apps, different apps on your phones, don't you? That's a different thing altogether there. That's a different. We'll not get into that now. Yeah. So obviously tonight, mate, we've had a couple of fixtures already, and tomorrow. So we've got Aberdeen St Mirren. Fire away, mate. What we thinking?
I think I put Aberdeen, mate. I think obviously the game against us, they tried, but we were obviously too dominant. Rangers, they should have won the game, let's be fair. The second half, they were probably a better team, and then obviously the last few minutes, they made a few decisions that obviously weren't very good for their team. So
Criminal.
They should be. I know they get beat, but they might have been a right downer after that. But I think they shouldn't be discredited in their performance. I don't rate Aberdeen in terms of. I don't really think they're a very good team in terms of, obviously, because we used to see Celtic all the time. But I think they've got enough firepower to beat St Mirren, considering the last two games they've played us and Rangers. They kind of really did compete against Rangers, no really against us. St Mirren will be a bit of a lesser challenge than the two Celtic and Rangers. So I'd expect Aberdeen. I think Jim Goodwin would expect Aberdeen to go and get 3 points, mate. What about yourself?
I think, to be fair, I think some of the squad might be in a downer in the last two results, mate, for them alone. And obviously, you know, that must have been a hard one to take for them, I think. You know what I mean? That's a couple of minutes for you're a couple of minutes there for you know, winning the game, and then you went from winning the game to losing.
Yeah, you can if you want to put predictions for.
So basically, right. So I'll jump back to that. The scout for you. So basically, what happens is your predictions have got to be in before kick-off times. If we don't get your predictions and you are on the league table, your weekend's fixtures will be null and void, and therefore you won't be counted for any points. So basically, how the points work as well. So if you predict a win for a team to win, there's no score. So you don't predict the score, you just predict a win or a draw. You don't predict any score. When we do the score predictions, that will be when we're running the incentive week, and you get something at the end of that one. But for now, it's just a win or a draw, and you get 2 points for a win and a point for a draw if your team draws. So that's how it works. Plain and simple. Nothing too complicated for anyone. So, and obviously Ryan's good at maths, so he does all the counting for us as well. So he's the main man at tallying up a lot of points. Don't be trusted. You can't trust me because I don't know how I got 6 points for us all last week, and it was 4. I think my missus had slipped something in my water last week, mate. Know what I mean? But getting back to that game, no. And St Mirren, mate, I'm not really going to give an opinion. You know what happened the last time I did, so.
Have we ended up some mad other podcast?
We ended up on another podcast that we didn't even know. That was brilliant. So for anybody that wonders what that was, we predicted Celtic were going to run out of the tap of St Mirren. Obviously that didn't happen when they beat us. And then a St Mirren podcast took the liberty of, I don't want to say screenshotting, but was able to select a clip from the podcast that night, which was the night before, the 2 nights before the game, sorry. And decided to more or less play it as if
If we were all idiots.
As if we were all bams and we were talking nonsense. But when, to be fair, I mean, that's their bragging rights. And that's why I said there I'm not predicting it today with St Mirren. They have took points off both Glasgow teams as well, Ryan, so you've got to look at that aspect. I don't think there are any mugs, especially under that manager. I think he's a good manager. And I've got some good players. Keanu Bacchus as well, who was at the World Cup with Australia. The big boy, Agunga boy up front, he's a handful as well. I don't think it'll be a foregone conclusion for Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen are going to have to perform somewhere in the percentage of what they did the other night in the second half against them across the water to be in me a shout. So, as I said, I think it'll be a tighter game than probably expect, but I would fancy Aberdeen overall to come out victorious. Right, you fire away, you pick a fixture and I'll go if you want.
Is it Hibs and Livy? Is that right?
Aye.
Hibs and Livy. When you go, mate?
I think it'll be a draw. I think it's two teams who can bore you to tears. I think Hibs are still in a massive transitional period now, and they're still trying to get it right under that under the rodeo man. He's not that brown Jacob ever since. Ever since he asked these players to go and speak to the Japanese players to find out what it was they were having for their breakfast, etc. But they're still in a transition. You can see what he's trying to do, and you can see that he's trying to implement a certain style with him. He's trying to get him to play. Some players that they had a massive summer window in terms of recruitment. They brought in quite a lot of players very quickly. Some of them haven't even played yet. Some of them have been released, as far as I'm led to believe as well. Some of them aren't even up to the standard. So, and then obviously they're ready to lose the captain and Big Porteous. But you'll be sorry for them because I don't think they've got anybody else there to cover. I think they've out with Big Port. I mean, the next one after that's Paul Hanlon. And I think Paul Hanlon went to school with Jock Stein. He's been in the game a long time, you know what I mean?
He's been a while, hasn't he?
He's been there a long time, and then you've got the other boy as well, Lewis Stevenson.
They've been there a long time, haven't they?
He's been there a long time as well, so they must be coming to a near end as well. I would imagine they'll be moving to pastures now very soon. So, and then obviously you've got Martin Boyle's out for the remainder of the season, so he's missing. It's a big loss to him as well. Obviously you've got Big Nizzy back, he's up front, so he can score goals. McGeady, he's still dangerous. He's still got a very nice touch for the way. And I've still got big Rocky Bashiri, as one of the boys just said. He's an absolute bomb scare. I totally agree with that. I would totally agree with that. The scout, yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think he could pass wind. I've seen him numerous of times now. No one you're laughing, right? You know what I mean? I mean, like
Big Rocky.
He's just a kind of bulked up Effie Ambrose, if you ask me. He looks like Effie Ambrose who's been going to the gym for 2 years doing a bench press. But No, I think it'll be a blow-fest, mate. I fancy that to be a draw. And if it's not a draw, then I think maybe Livy might nick it. What about Dundee United Hearts? Dundee United been back at Tannadice. Obviously had a bit of time with Foxy and Big Charlie to work with the players and get in about it with them and try and get ideas across, because they're really going to have to start that, in my opinion, Ryan. I think, and if no, they're going to end up in that championship.
I think United might be all right by the end of the season. Obviously, they've got Stephen Fletcher and stuff as well, so I think they'll be all right. I'm not going to really bore you with the Livy game. I think Hibs will win. I think Livy, the game at Celtic Park, I think would have maybe took about them. So I'm going to say Hibs. I'm going to say United for a wee spinner here. Like you say, I think they need to come out and get a result to maybe kickstart their season. Hearts have done well recently, but I think Hearts are due. Hearts are due to put a bad performance in. I think maybe Laura might be hit. United at home, they should be confident to go and get a win, but they need a win. I know, as the scouts say, the comments there, Shatton has hit form, so that is Hearts have got a good threat in Shatton. Again, he could score against his old club as well, so he'll want to not really prove a point, because he's not really got a point to prove it done well there, but to go and get a goal against his old club. So, but I fancy United, JP, for a wee spanner in the box. It might be a bit of a surprise I picked them, but I do think they've got a good enough squad to get away from the bottom bit of the league. So, guys like Levitt and their team, he's a very good player. Don't think he's any. I think he's a good young player up and coming. I think they've got a bit of a bargain there, but they've got him. Fletcher's obviously experience, been there, done it. Still a good player. Mulgrew, I know he's coaching now, but I think he's still playing. Good experience. So I'm going to take United, mate, for the win. Maybe yourself.
I've actually took Hearts to win now. I think Hearts will have too much for them, mate. We just look at the team I've got. I mean, I think Snoddy's starting to show what he can really do now, and
brilliant.
Superb. Great experience as well. And you've got to fancy Hearts to do them. I think some of the World Cup boys are back now. A big boy, Kai Rolls, and the boy, is it Aitchinson?
Aye, that's Aitchinson.
Aye, so they're back. And then obviously you've they're already been linked with Japanese players and boys like moving into the transfer market. So I do think there's a few good factor with them now, and I think Hearts will do them. I think Dundee United season's potentially going to go bad to us.
Or as Hugh Keevan says, imploding.
Aye. You see that buzz a couple of times as well, and we're tapping that league.
Aye, having these cold beans.
Aye, but him and Mark McGee are sitting together when they're heating on in the house, aren't they?
I think Mark McGee knew there was going to be a heating crisis, because he was already transferred that last year.
Aye, definitely. He started preparing for it, didn't he? Getting the gloves and all that on, watching the telly.
Mark McGee, I bet McGee's bakers, man.
I know. He says to his wife one night, "Stick London's burning on." She says, "How?" She said, "It'll suggest warm, for that way we'll feel as if I've been heated up."
And then you've got us at Celtic Park with Ange. 3 bars, I'm no caring.
Aye. We need that tomorrow, by the way.
Aye.
I wish you would get that right with the Wi-Fi and get the full bar up and that, because it's absolutely terrible in there, man.
I can't, mate, my phone's in my pocket now to games, isn't it?
When you pull your phone out in there, your phone kid's on it, doesn't know you. It's like, what the hell's this?
Facial recognition, who the fuck are you?
Sorry. Computer says no. But, no, as I say, mate, I think Hearts will beat them, and I think obviously we'll do the damage against St Johnstone. I actually think the game's going to be a bit more comfortable than what the other night was. I actually think there might be I
think we're due a good performance at home. Due a good one now, I would say. As in 3 or 4 or something.
There'll be a mini reaction for the other night.
Aye.
But no, but again, mate, I know it's time's marching on, and I'm not want to keep you too much longer, so I will bid you farewell for now. For anybody that's listening in, and that it's not already done so, can you please subscribe to the channel? All you need to do is click the wee bell, the wee button that says subscribe. It's free to do so. And for anybody that is not too sure what to do on YouTube, you just type in Celtic Unrestricted View. But if you don't have a YouTube account proper, you just set that up with simply a wee email address and a wee password that you'll remember, and you'll be able to do that and go on and hit the subscribe button for us, because it allows myself and Ryan to come on and show you our smiling faces and bring some content to you, and obviously do these wee kind of shows that we're doing tonight. I know me and him have rambled on, but that's what happens when you're on the night with Andy Green. It's just you and him. But as I say, thanks very much for everybody that stayed with us this Friday evening. 2 days before Christmas, so it probably wasn't easy for a lot of you, but massive hail to everybody as well for comments. And anybody else want to get involved with the Goal Rush and the wee league table, don't hesitate to get in contact with us. We're a friendly bunch, honestly. And we certainly don't bite. Well, me and Ryan don't anyway, but I can't speak for the rest of them. As I say, but thanks again, guys. It's been a pleasure sitting having a chat with you, Ryan. And I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, mate. Hail, hail.
Hail, hail, mate. Always a pleasure. Merry Christmas when it comes as well. And
yes, everybody, Merry Christmas when it comes. I hope you and all your families have a great time.
Yeah, definitely. We've appreciated everything through the year. So, again, we thank for the comments as well, like JP says. Please subscribe, because there's a lot bigger guests coming in the new year as well. So, the more subscribers and the more we push, the better guests we can get on for the fans and get ins and outs of the best we can. And that is what the show's all about, as JP says. But yeah, mate, hail, massive Merry Christmas to everybody's family. It's been another tough year for a few people, so enjoy your Christmas, have an extra beer, have an extra pie, enjoy yourself. Life's for living, so take care during Christmas, keep safe, and we'll see you after the game, obviously tomorrow and in the new year. Hail, hail. JP,
thank you very much. Hail, hail, guys. Cheers.